is Zamekio Jackson, and I am excited to be coming to you. I don't do lives that often, and my staff gets on to me because many of you knew that when I started out this thing, I used to come on live 3 or 4 times a day with messages, and the responsibility of running an amazing church, a television network, a group of schools, and a host of other business endeavors has, believe it or not, caught me by surprise and got me busier than I could ever imagine. And so let me first of all say this to you. Some pastors have inboxed me and sent me messages and said, Doc, where have you been? And let me just share with you, I have not gotten big time or shady or anything. My plate is absolutely full. But let me tell you one thing about God is that God has continued to bless us and to create concepts and have done things. Now, many of you have not became aware of some of the new things that we're doing and the innovative things that we're doing. And so for many of you that are on social media, especially on my personal page or the church's page or the network page, don't really know who I am. I'm a local pastor in Jacksonville. I pastor a real congregation. We're doing ministry and changing lives. The Lord has allowed our church to be a unique church, an incubator church for many ministries that have the calling to exist. During the pandemic, we were able to host a lot of ministry and carry the load for many ministries that struggled during this particular time. We bared load, we paid bills, we helped, we allowed them to worship with us in one of our auditoriums. We just loved on churches and the body of Christ. He said, you'll know my disciples by the love they have one for another. Now, this has been an amazing gift that God has called me to do in the body of Christ, and I'm excited about the opportunity. I was having a conversation with a dear pastor out of Atlanta, and he responded some things that I thought I really needed to share and some things that I really need to do. And I began to kind of describe myself. He said, was there something that you wanted to say and to describe myself? And so I've said this to you before, but I need you to understand clearly, I have no desires to be a big name preacher, a big shot preacher, somebody that is in lights or on television every day and every night and all that good stuff. Our local church, we're on television on every Sunday morning. We're on at 11 a.m. on Sunday morning, and then we're on Saturdays, and then we're on Monday through Friday on local television. We have a television network which airs our messages literally all over the world, and we're on various different stations throughout the world. I'm honored to do what I do, but please understand me. Many of you that are out there are far better preachers than I will ever be. You know, it's frustrating when you know that the hand of God is on your life, but you have trouble getting there. There's a burden in the middle. You've got all of the weight of the assignment of God on your life. You can preach, you can sing, you can teach, you have a prophetic word in your life. But the place you need to get called there is this lake, cavern, wall, hole, spot that you get, or valley that's stopping you from getting to the place that you know that you've been called to. When you run into problems, whether it's economic, whether it's socially, whatever it is, whenever you can't get to the place you need to get there, and you know that you've got to get there quickly, you need what we call a bridge. My gift in the body of Christ is I am called to be a bridge. That's what I'm called. I'm not called to be a celebrity preacher. I'm not called to be big time and to seem arrogant. And do I preach? Yes. Do I have a preaching gift? Yes. Do I have an excellent preaching gift? Absolutely. Preach, sing, prophesy. Am I accurate? Absolutely. Do we see signs and wonders and our miracles? Yes. I've been exposed to that gift, not because I was to be great. Watch this. because he knew that I needed to be able to recognize and understand the giftings of one that would be greater. I believe that I've been called with the ministry of John the Baptist. There is one who is coming, and I must set the stage for a generation of preachers that are coming forth, both women, men, prophets, apostolic leaders that are called to do a great work. So what defines me? I don't pastor the biggest church in the city. I don't pastor the richest church in the city. We don't have everything that some churches have. But what we do have, we have the spirit of excellence, and we are called to help you reach ministries. You know, people have come to our church and had church that were at the doors at the door of closing, and because they came in this building, their church began to grow because there is portals in heaven of glory that causes miracles and businesses and ministry to happen. Can I be honest with you? There have been people that joined our church that had businesses that were okay, and now they're doing serious business because there is a favor. There have been people that I've looked at in my life and in my ministry, and I told them, I said, if you listen to what I say, you'll never be broke for the rest of your life. I've watched people work multiple jobs if they would only listen to what I said. And they said, well, man of God, I don't understand. That's not what I want to do. I can't do that. See, if you learn to listen to a prophetic voice that's in season straight from God, it'll change your life. And one of my daughters, I watch her struggle. And it's so sad because she would not listen, because the word that God gave me for her life would completely change her life. But that's kind of the way my gifting works. People can be doing media ministry and flunking at it. And I have the gifting to be able to look at them and tell them, if you do this, it'll change. Now watch this. I'm gonna help you. You're probably a better preacher than me, better singer than me, have more giftings than I have. I stopped coming on Facebook, our church services from airing on Facebook, and the last that we did, we were at 15,000 people watching a Sunday. Now I'm doing the YouTube thing. I want to build my YouTube market, and so I'm working on that now. Now, am I great? I'm not. You said, well, Reverend, what is all this rhetoric about? What are you chit-chatting about? Well, I feel like I'm called to help you reach your destination. You've heard me come on and I've talked to you about the Maximizer. I have a tool that will email blast, text blast, communicate to large groups of people based upon classifications that will cause people to look at your YouTube, your Facebook, your TikTok, your Instagram by the droves. Literally, you can have thousands of viewers watching you on a regular basis. Now, I know what I'm getting ready to say. You're gonna say to me, Reverend, I hear you, but I don't believe it. So let me let you hear this piece of what someone said that tried our product.
Relaunching the church when people don't want to go to church. So, you know, this has definitely been a blessing to us because we average at least over 14.7K views every single stream. So that's amazing. That's amazing. We have at least 150 people watching every Sunday. That's amazing. And we're just now starting. So that's even more amazing because for us to get this amount of participation just starting, that's incredible. That really is incredible. That really is a true testament to what you guys are doing, and the amount of connections that are being made.
Okay. Now, I'm telling you what we have works. Okay. I am anointed to help you receive a greater sense of revenue, increase, grow in numbers, if you will listen to me. I've had broadcasters, I've had folks that I've worked with, and they said to me, they did it their way. If you will hear what I'm saying to you, I've been given the gift to help you reach the assignment that God has called you to. The next young man that you're getting ready to hear, let me tell you, he had a conference. He called me. Russell Taylor, everybody know, is our vice moderator. Jesus, I'm still back in my Baptist days. He is my vice prelate of the Gideon Fellowship. Russell called me, Bishop. No disrespect for when I said Russell. He called me and said to me, he said, my cousin is getting ready to have a conference, and I want you to have him on the network because he needs to be able to reach a lot of folks. Called me out of the blue. Said he got a conference. He's trying to get out there, and so I believe his his cousin or nephew, I forget exact, was probably a little doubtful. He had came to our church, saw the majesty of our church doing his ordination service. So I believe he believed that, I wasn't a stump knocker and I wasn't a hustler that was going to disappear and wouldn't be around next week. That happens. And so he gave us a try. He tried us. Now, and let me let you hear what he says happened. It's a snippet of something we did before. I want you to hear what he's saying.
Thanks again, Bishop, for this platform to be able to speak and talk about it. Anytime you ask me to talk about this, I'm going to talk about it because that's just how much of a blessing this was for me. So as you stated, for the last year or so on Clubhouse, this brand new app where you don't see anyone's face, right? You don't meet anybody face to face. You see a picture, you hear a voice, and you communicate with them. We had a Clubhouse called On My Way Home. And this room was created for people who are on their way home. And we would just literally be in the car riding home. And we'll be encouraging each other. We would have topics. We would have scriptures. We would pray, preach, prophesy, all that good stuff, cry and all kind of stuff. And laugh and have a good time. And over time, we said, well, let's get together. Let's plan a conference. And I've never done anything with people who I've never met before. But literally, everyone on this app I never met before. And so we built a team and got it together and planned it and all this good stuff. And we had the venue, we had the church, we had all this other kind of stuff. And my cousin Russell, Bishop Taylor, he was like, listen, I think you're onto something here. I think we can really help you guys out. And I met with Bishop and, Bishop was telling me, we have this many people, we can get this many people on your live stream. And I was like, okay, you know how you are. You're like, oh, okay. And so I said, well, let's try it. So we partnered with the Inspired Network, and we partnered with them, and we just trusted and believed God for what we're doing. The whole purpose of this was to get people together that from different backgrounds, different nationalities, different. I'm talking about Baptist, AME, Pentecostal, Apostolic. Literally, everybody came together. Different, white, black, Puerto Rican. It don't matter what. Nigerian. We had someone fly all the way from Nigeria. Y'all hear me? Came all the way from Nigeria to come to the conference. Insane. 12-hour flight. We had people that took trains and buses to come down. We had over 300 people in the building. But you wouldn't believe how many people we had viewing. At one point in time, throughout the entire service, consistently throughout the service, you can go and look at the service itself, it's still online. We had almost 1,000 people at one time, consistently watching the service. And now we're talking about a 3-hour service that we were doing. And consistently we had it. By the time everything was all said and done, we had over 30,000+ people that had watched and viewed the live stream. Not only that, but even the giving. We had even the people who gave. When I tell you they gave substantially and poured into the ministry substantially from online, just from connecting to us through the Inspired Network and all the places that it was shot through. I don't know how Bishop worked his magic, but he was shooting and listen, he was traveling and doing ministry and texting me and all kind of stuff. But when I tell you it was absolutely phenomenal. And because of that, I think I just told Bishop the other day, I have a service coming up here in April that I'm again going to utilize the Inspired Network again for this service I'm going to do here in April. And April is going to be absolutely amazing too as well. But man, this is absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing.
So tell me how many people viewed one more time. Could you do that for us? And hold on, they're going to put you back on screen, but I want you to tell.
It was over 30,000+ people that viewed the live stream. It's online right now. You can go to my page. You can see the video. You can see the views on it. Over 30,000+ people that viewed the live stream.
Now, did not tell you, and I want you to understand, what we have created is one of the most revolutionary tools in the body of Christ. There has never been a machine like us. It is the most robust internet communication device known to man. Now, the question that people ask me all the time that says, Bishop, I love to use your maximizer, but I don't know how, I don't know no computer stuff. I just got a live stream. We're doing it with our phone. We're communicating. We're using Switcher. We're streaming from our church. And I don't know all of that stuff. I just know that we put a lot of time in doing it, and we don't have many people watching. Let me tell you something. Pastor, if you prepare a message and spend hours preparing your message, and you spend time preparing the sanctuary, you spend time preparing the worship, and you got 30, 150 people watching you total for the week, that's a crime shame. You said, well, I'm still touching people. Listen to me. It's a shame, because I can help you reach thousands of people out of a blink of an eye. I'm not talking about being on my television network. I'm not talking about being on my television network and going in the studios and taping programming and putting together productions. I'm just talking about what you're regularly doing. I can help you increase your reach by 1,000% overnight. I had a young man, which you heard earlier. I needed to let him know what I could do. He was in the middle of doing praise and worship in service. I plugged him into the network, and he almost lost his focus because there was just that many people responding. They came out of nowhere. I am an expert at what I do. I have been called to the kingdom as a bridge to help great men and women of God be heard and exposed to the masses. I know my lane. You are called, you are gifted, you are anointed. The oil of God is on your life, and you're frustrated because nobody knows your name. Nobody's hearing it. You are doing great ministry. You're spending tons of money to maintain a building. You're coming online. You're preaching. You got the right word. Some of you can hoop like Tweety and sing like Jasper. You've got all of the gifts. You are gifted, but you're frustrated because you think you got to reach more people. And let's just be honest. We now look at views online like churches used to look at people in the pews. Low views say that your message is low, your impact. You know, I got friends of mine that pastor larger churches and nobody watching them. And they got a great word. Because you need to be able to reach them. Now, somebody said to me, if you can do that, tell me how you do it. I have no problem. Ready? Now, many of you knew that I've been in the Bible college business for a long time. I've been setting up Christian colleges all over the United States, churches. 1 out of 5 mega church pastors has a degree from our school, at least an honorary degree or an earned degree from St. Thomas Christian University. We are probably one of the premier non-traditional educational schools in the world. I mean, from how we train and develop and help people in counseling and ministry. So one of the things is that we've done is we took a position of not being a regional accredited body, not from have accreditation, but not regional. We took a different perspective. We knew that we needed to train as many pastors. There were pastors that would probably never, hear me, never get an education. So churches were the largest holders of unused real estate, Sundays and Wednesday night. You got a building that you don't never use, but on Sundays and Wednesday nights. We developed collaborative relationships with churches and said, hey, we want to put a school, a Bible school in your church. And we did it. Over 300 and some of them at one time. It dropped down to 148, and then eventually a small nucleus group of less than 30, especially after the pandemic. So to think about that, I did that for over 10 years. So I want you to look at how many graduations that we've had over the 10 years period of time. We did Bible institutes, all the way from certificate programs you went for 6 months, all the way to doctoral programs. So imagine me being actively running a national operation, an international operation, having graduation. We would collect names, numbers, and contact information of people that attended graduations, and 1,000 people would be, because most of them were in mega churches, 1,000, 2,000 people would be in attendance. And imagine of us only captivating 500 to 500 people names at every graduation. So our mailing list is over 1 million strong. Our database is 1.5 million strong with numbers and communication devices and stuff like that. So imagine what happens when service goes on. We send out an email blast and we tell people that you're on. Check this reverend out. Check this woman of God out. She's going to change your life. And let's say we tell 1,000 people to check you out. So immediately 50 to 100 people are standing there looking at you. And over the next day or later that evening, 1,000 or 2,000 more people sign on to check you out. And so now, watch this. Thousands of people have viewed you that didn't know your name, that didn't know you existed. And we call this tool the maximizer. We got a maximizer light, and we have a maximizer, which is it's the maximizer max. It's where we help people hear your message twice a week, on Sunday and Wednesday night, or midweek. These two devices have become amazing. So churches across the nation are having phenomenal results. I want to do something. I want to do an introductory offer. I want you to inbox me, Pastor, and for $125, I want you to be able to try it out this Sunday. I'm going to give the opportunity for 30 pastors and 30 pastors around the nation to try out what we do. So this upcoming Sunday. Now, you said, what I got to do? What I got to do? Contact me, pay us, and give us the link of where to go. That's it. and watch the magic happen. I want you to try me. I'm going to give you a chance to reach more people than many of you have reached in your entire time being online. You say, you mighty cocky with that, Reverend. Listen to me. This is my lane. Singers are cocky about their range. This is my lane here. This is the area that I've been called to. I can help you reach them. I can help you touch people that you never thought in a million years you would be able to reach. This is my lane here. I'm anointed to help people reach. I'm a bridge. I want you to try me out, because I know somebody's doubting me. You doubting whether or not I can make it happen. If I can't make it happen, ready? I'll give you your money back. If you do everything on your part by giving me the product that's available for people to see, watch me work. You know that song out there, Shakayla, watch me work, watch me. What is it? Is it watch me work? Yeah, watch me work. I want to help you. Now, I don't need stop knockers. I don't need people that are pretenders, procrastinators, and because that's a little bit of money. But if you are ready, I want you to try it. And if in fact it works, I'm going to give you an opportunity to sign up for the Maximizer and blow everything out of the water. My God, finally, you're finna take your ministry to the next level and reach people that you have not been able to reach before. Miracles are getting ready to happen. Your influence is getting ready to go through the roof. Now, how do I respond? How do I respond? I simply want you to text me and say to me, count me in. Inbox me, say, count me in. I want to try it. $125. Now I know somebody's gonna say, well, can I cash app you? Can I Zelle it? We got all of those ways available, okay? My office can send you a PayPal invoice or whatever. Let's do it. Let's show them how you work. I'm excited. It's been an amazing week. Now, I hate to date this because we may repeat this again for y'all to see it this often, but it is Pentecostal Sunday coming up. Let's hit some numbers for your Pentecostal Sunday that you ain't never hit before. Okay? Let's make the world recognize the power of the church. Thank you so much, my friends. It has been an amazing day. I am Bishop Zamekio Jackson, the owner and CEO of the Inspired Network and Chrome Media Production. Listen, it has been an amazing day, and I can't wait to help make somebody's dream happen. Listen, I'm a bridge. I'm called to help you get to the place that you couldn't get. Let me bear the load of your work. Pastors, you ain't technical. Don't worry about it. Let me be technical when you're not technical. Let me do the heavy lifting. You do absolutely nothing. You pay it, you stream it, and we reach the nations for you. Well, how can that happen? Put it in our hands. Let us work with it. And I guarantee you, miracles will happen. Well, I am so thankful. I'm your friend and brother. This is Bishop Z. I've got to go, but I had to tell you today, we're going to make some things happen. Let's throw our weight around. Have a great day.
But I must say that the moment that we plugged into this network, now, even before I even came out here to pastor, Bishop would tell you when I would go live, I would get a decent, I had a decent following. People would watch. But I think one day Bishop just plugged me in, and I was so shocked because it was regular devotional service. I wasn't even going in that day, I think. But I was just shocked at the amount at the audience, and they stayed throughout the entire. I mean, it was over an hour. I was just like, "Where's all these people coming from? Who are all these people?" Come to find out, Bishop done plugged me into the network, and so when I, of course, moving out here, thank you, and thank you, Bishop. Thank you. I think one last thing. I think it's important to note also that because you are in leadership the way that you are, there's a certain level of trust that leaders will give you as opposed to others who just trying to get them to understand the scope of our work is difficult. But because you already understand the scope of work, you understand some of the challenges that come with media ministry, because it is ministry. It's not just technology. It's a ministry behind it. The creative mind that has to come behind it has to be ministry minded, because you want to, like, we have a big video wall. It's not just enough to have the nice technology, but we need somebody to think about the images that will help push the sermon and grab people's mind to help push the gospel message. Faith coming by hearing, hearing by the word of God, and you help how people hear us, how we're presented. And so that is so important. We are infiltrating the devil's area of the airwaves, and so he's the prince of the air.
Yes,
but now, we are now invading that territory. And I think it's such a massive ministry that the Lord has given you, because of the amount of impact that the impact will be unknown. Honestly, you'll never really know how many people you really touch, even though the numbers may say, but you'll really never know the magnitude of the impact that you're making in the kingdom. And so thank you for sharing your knowledge, your platform. As Pastor Lewis said, I know definitely my team, we need more in terms of training. We have the technology. It's one thing for you to buy all the equipment, but we done went so far into the future, we don't know how to work none of this stuff. You need people with degrees almost to operate this technology. And so, in terms of training and administration, knowing what to do first, prioritizing all that stuff, we will definitely be reaching out to you even more, because I know that you have the rubric, you have the plan. And thank you once again.
Before you let us go really quickly, I want to say, man, thank you too as well. When I first met you, it's very, very straight to the point, Bishop about business. He like, listen, this is what it is. And some people, everybody can't handle it, but he knows what he's talking about. And that's one of the biggest things I learned. And we kind of, we work through some stuff with some individuals, Bishop. We won't go into it, but it taught us how to moving forward for the next go around, like what to do, the people that we want to work with, to make sure we get the product that we want to get on our end when we're doing what we're doing too as well. And I think it's big. And I want to say to those young preachers, I'm 30 years old, just turned 30 December the 16th. I want to say to those young leaders and stuff, I'm not a pastor. I'm young in ministry. I know the Lord's calling me to it. I don't know when, and I ain't rushing him either. He can take his time. But what I will say is this, to you young leaders that are starting off in ministry, you young pastors, you can't do it all by yourself. You need help. And it's okay to say you need help. It's okay to say I need a stronger reach. I need some people who have been there before that can show me how to do it. And if you need to establish a fundraiser to come up with the funds to pay for something like this right here, then let's do that. Let's make it a part of your budget, a fundraiser to be able to establish this, to build your growing, to build your following. It took me one time to see it. And I called Bishop, I say, I'm putting you on my calendar. We need to have a meeting. I got some more stuff coming up. Because it showed me that I may have garnered 40 viewers if I had done it myself, right? Maybe not even consistently 40 people. But to see that live stream, and Bishop, we circled it. I think we was texting, and I was like, man, this thing has over almost 1,000 people consistently sitting here, not moving, watching this service. And then to go back, and every time the numbers would go up, I would send a screenshot to him and And Bishop Taylor, like, listen, it's at 25,000. It's at 30,000. These people still watching. Service is over. The program is over. And these people are going back to watch the replays to see the, and that's really big. That's the reach that this network has. And so I want to tell you, young preachers, young pastors, young elders, whatever you are, listen, it's okay to say you need help. And it's okay to come up with strategic plans and strategies to come up with the finances to do something like this right here. It's not out of reach, and you definitely can make it happen.
Wow. Thank y'all so very much. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just floored and honored to come from the ashes of death almost to being able to do this. I promised God that I would take ministry and his people seriously. And I'm thankful for the opportunity. You know, we're being asked to do stuff all over the world, and it's a little boy from Lackawanna, little small little broke area of town that the Lord's done this for, and it's because we're going to keep pastors and ministry first. So to you all now, pastors, some of y'all, I hate that you're out of town. Every Monday night, Monday and Tuesday, we have a media training class for free now. Pastor Lewis has caused that to happen, that every Monday night and Tuesday night, pastors and their leaders or their stuff come in, and I train them for 6 months completely free. I just want to see the body of Christ equipped. I've said pastors send their people down to just spend 2 days with us. Like, hey, come train my people. Now I used to charge for it, but I'm gonna be honest with you, we got an overwhelming support, and it was great economically, but there's so much a need, and the churches, if I be honest, that really needed it, didn't have the money in their budget to afford it. So it forced me to say, you know what, we'll hire someone part-time to train them. And then we just added it to our budget to add someone on our budget to do that. And so our team is committed, helping you get your message out. I love you. I've got to go. I appreciate y'all. Y'all rock. Y'all are the most amazing guys ever. And I thank you so much. Now, they're going to probably get me because we have a woman in ministry on here, and it might have been said that we were sexist, but it works for women churches too. So if you got your book signing or your ministry thing, whatever God called you, it works for y'all too. Love you so much. Be blessed. And y'all have an amazing evening. Thank you for your time.
God bless you. God bless you, Bishop, Pastor Lewis, Elder. Pleasure to meet you both.